the mindset and attitude needed to succeed. Hello and welcome to the podcast. My name is Paul Drake. Welcome to the show. I appreciate being here. How is everyone doing? I hope you are well and I hope you're keeping safe. This podcast is about how to create that mental and, physical attitude that you need to achieve your goals on a daily basis, and about how to bring forth your best self. Now, this has happened to me quite a few times, and it no doubt has happened to loads of people as well before. You start doubting yourself, you start putting this self-limiting beliefs on yourself, saying that things aren't changing quick enough or you aren't seeing the results that you want. Now, over time, things get better because you start doing things more repetitively, so then it starts becoming more of a habit and more of a personality trait. But when you first start out, it's like trying to, say you're painting a room. When you first start off, the room looks very big, it looks like it's going to take you absolutely ages. But you decide to start on one wall. Once you've painted that wall in, you've cut in, you've brushed it, you've rolled it, there you go, you're one step closer. Now that there, obviously, means you are now getting part of the way there. So you can then start thinking, right, well, I've only got this much left. So as you were taking them steps, and you're taking, them extra few steps to becoming the person that you want to be, then obviously it's going to take time. But as you keep ticking things off a list, or as you keep mentally, keeping yourself more positive more often, or as you are constantly, doing visualization, you're doing your morning routines, you're doing whatever it takes for you to become the person that you want to be, it then starts becoming more imprinted into your brain. Now, I'm no expert at this, and I am still doing this to this day, and there's days where I feel like it is like a never-ending task, and it feels like a mountain, and I feel like I'm just bashing my head against a brick wall. But they only last a short amount of time, and it's how you become, get the mindset and the attitude, is when you can bash through them obstacles and bash through your own self-sabotage, because your body and your mind have been a certain way for so long. Now, the change can seem difficult, and the change can seem like it's, not really you. But that is just your body trying to tell you that it doesn't want to change and it thinks it's going to be hard. Now, if you can break down that and do certain techniques, there's a tapping technique that gets rid of negativity. There's reading personal development books. There is doing courses. There's doing all sorts of different things. And if you can, trying to put all these into your life, you're obviously going to get better. But it also, at the same time, your body's going to try and fight back and say, this isn't right. This isn't you. I don't feel right. But it just doesn't want to change. So if you can get into that mindset of having an open mindset. Carol Dweck talks about this in her book Mindset. It's a fantastic book, and how if you can have a open mind to looking at things differently instead of looking at them as one fixed trait, like a fixed mindset would be like if you've been told something earlier on in life and then you've taken that as fact, and then everything from then onwards has been then the same belief. But if you try and open up your mindset and try and believe is something maybe different, or if it's maybe not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. And it's about trying to find that perspective of, is it this way because I'm thinking like this, or is it this way because it's actually, facts? And generally, facts are only in the person who is, who is having it have done to or doing it. So what you may think is fact, someone else might not actually think it is. So creating that mindset of just being, more open to, different ways of doing things, or if you're, thinking about how to figure something out instead of being like, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, and this, that, and other. Getting an open mindset and think, right, well, I can't do this yet, but if I then learn this for, say, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, I know I'm going to get better at it. And I know at the end of that becoming better, I will be able to succeed at it. And all it takes is the first few steps to becoming better, and to learning and to really absorbing the information to then move on to the next level. Now, when the book, by Carol Dweck, it talks about quite a lot of athletes and how when they're growing up, you've got two types of like athletes. You've got one which is like a natural person who becomes like, it just seems to be natural at everything. But then as they get better, like as they grow older, their skills start to become less and less and less, because all we've ever focused on is just them becoming natural. They've just been naturally good at it, so they haven't really had to progress. They haven't really had to put any more effort in. So as they've just got older, they've just done the bare minimum to get them through. Whereas someone with like a open mindset who is like hasn't been the very best, but they want it so badly. They want to believe in it. They in every core and fibre and cell in their body, they know that they are going to achieve it, and they are going to be. It might take them longer than someone else, and it might be, harder than someone else, but they know they want to do it. So what happens is then this star seems to come from nowhere that no one ever seemed to have seen before. But this person has worked their frigging ass off because they know that they wanted to do it so badly, and they got in the mindset and the attitude that I'm not going to be stuck by, by someone telling me that I can't do it, or myself saying I'm not good enough. I am going to do it. And then that's how they've achieved it, by achieving that mindset and the attitude of this will happen, I can do it, and I will make sure it does happen. Now, it is hard. Don't get me wrong, I struggle with this every day. On a daily basis. I even struggled before I even get on a podcast. That's like every day I struggle with it. But it's about catching it, snapping yourself out of it, and realizing, no, I can do this. I have got better, and I am, like with the podcasting, I feel like I'm more more confident. I feel like I'm actually bringing the knowledge I've got forward instead of bumbling about, I don't know what to talk about, this and that. And I feel like every day that I do it, I feel so much better once I've done it, because I feel like, yes, that's another day. I've tried giving my value out there. I've tried giving like my personal opinions, and I've tried helping people try and see from my perspective and other people's perspective of who I'm learning from, so then they then can take it into their lives and think, right, well, what I want to do is take this on board, and I'll try it for myself. And if it doesn't work that sort of way, then there's 50,000 different other ways to do it. My way isn't necessarily going to make you the best person, but I'm hoping what I can bring inside of you is that burning desire, that passion to then think, you know what, I am going to do that thing that he said. I am going to try to maybe start a morning routine, or I'm going to maybe try and start journaling. I'll maybe try and start meditating. I'll try and start a new business. I'll try and start exercising. Whatever it is that you can, sort of relate to about maybe in this channel, that you think, you know what, I have been holding back my whole life, and it's time to stop, and it's time to push myself, and it's time to, live a happy life, live a life without regret, and become better every day, because there is no other option. You can either stay in the same past life that you was in for years and weeks and whatever months, just because you're either too scared, or you're worried about other people's judgments, or you are feeling like you're not smart enough. Everyone starts at the bottom. Every single last person starts at the bottom. Now, when I had the interview on by my good friend John, he said from his mentor, which is like took him to that next level, is that why are you comparing yourself at chapter 3 to someone's like third novel, which is a fantastic quote, if I say so myself. Absolutely fantastic quote, because you may only be on your third chapter in your book, and that person is on his third full novel. So yes, he is way far ahead. It's great to have like someone to look up to, and sort of have like their sort of attitudes, how they are, what sort of things they've done in their life, what sort of money they've got, and look up to and think, yes, this is the sort of life that I want. So it's great having someone to aspire to, but don't ever judge yourself to them, because they have gone through their struggles, and they have gone through their own things, and they've got to that point by being them. Now you need to be authentic, and you need to go from where you are and think to yourself, right, I'm only in chapter 3. There's people obviously behind me. That's like me at the minute. I am on chapter, maybe I'm about halfway through my first first book of just trying to get myself out there and be a voice for, there's people that are in the same situation where they've hated their job since they've left school. They've felt like trapped and enslaved, that they have to do all these things that other people are telling them to do, when they know in their heart of heart they absolutely hate doing it. But yet, everyone's telling them that they need to do it. And it's like, no, I want to live free. I want to live by my own rules. I want to be who I want to be. I want to be, living everything I possibly can. So then when I do die, I know that I've lived the life that I wanted, not what other people are telling me, not what, everyone thinks is the norm, as I say. So I'm like halfway through my first book with this podcast, finding who I am, finding my voice, bringing value to other people. And there's obviously people way ahead of me. I mean, like way, way, way ahead of me. Like Tony Robbins, who I listen to, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson. Then you got Tim Ferriss. You've got Dr. Joe Dispenza. You've got all these people that I love to look in the traits of them, but I ain't holding myself back because they are so far ahead forward. I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm just gonna keep moving forward, and I don't think I'll ever catch up to where they are, because every time I move forward, they move forward, they move forward, I move forward. But I know that I'll keep moving forward at my pace, and I'll get better, and I'll be, feeling less and less, fixed in that mindset of, I can't do this, I don't feel smart enough. And every day I'm getting better and better. My mindset's getting more and more into the better attitude, the better mindset of feeling positive, better attitude of just feeling and, feeling myself and just loving the fact that where my life is going. It's not perfect, but, well, hey, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be living how I want to live, and then that is just inspiring me to live better every day, just because I know every step I take towards it is then going to be, the next level. But that's it for today, guys. Hope I've kind of given you a bit more inspiration, a bit more get to go. If I haven't, then fair enough. I might not be the person for you, but if I have, please subscribe, please like it, please share it, because I feel like this channel can be growing a lot more, and I'd love for it to grow a lot more, so I'd appreciate if you could do that for me. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope to see you again soon, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit.